Margaret was 73 years old, full of life, and had no major health issues. At least, that's what everyone thought. She followed the same morning routine every single day. She woke up, stretched in bed, made her way to the kitchen, and brewed a fresh cup of coffee, just like she had for decades. But on this particular morning, something went terribly wrong. Less than an hour later, she collapsed. By the time help arrived, it was too late. No one saw it coming. No warnings, no symptoms, just gone in an instant. The shocking part? It wasn't some rare disease or freak accident. It was a simple morning habit that had been slowly damaging her body for years, and she had no idea. What if I told you that you might be making the exact same mistake? In fact, there are 5 common morning habits that could be silently increasing your risk of heart attacks, strokes, and other life-threatening conditions. These aren't things most people even think about, but they could be shaving years off your life. Are you waking up in ways that unknowingly stress your heart, your brain, and your body? What if just one small change could add years to your life? The good news is it's never too late to fix it. And trust me, you'll want to stick around until the very end, because the last habit is the most dangerous. And yet, almost no one talks about it. It could be the difference between watching your grandchildren grow up or not. Now let's dive in. Habit number 1, skipping water in the morning. The first thing you do after waking up can set the tone for the entire day, yet many people start their morning in a way that quietly harms their body. One of the worst mistakes? Not drinking water first thing in the morning. Jim, a 75-year-old retiree, had the same morning routine for decades. He would wake up, shuffle to the kitchen, and pour himself a steaming cup of coffee. He loved the way it woke him up, that warm, familiar feeling of starting his day. What he didn't know was that his body was already in a dangerous state, severely dehydrated from the night before. One morning, as he stood up too quickly from his chair, he felt an intense wave of dizziness. His vision blurred, his heart pounded, and before he could reach for support, he was on the floor. A mini stroke. Doctors told him he was lucky, but the real shock? His morning habit was a major factor in what happened. Here's why this happens. When you sleep, your body goes 6, 7, sometimes 8 hours without any water. During that time, you lose fluids through breathing and sweating, even if you don't realize it. By the time you wake up, your blood is thicker, making it harder for your heart to pump efficiently. Dehydration also affects your brain, increasing the risk of dizziness, confusion, and even strokes. The solution? It's simple. Before you drink coffee, before you eat breakfast, the first thing your body needs is water. Try drinking at least 16 to 20 ounces, about 2 full glasses, as soon as you wake up. If plain water feels boring, squeeze in some fresh lemon for an extra boost. It's one of the easiest ways to instantly support your heart, improve circulation, and wake up feeling clear-headed instead of sluggish. Have you ever experienced dizziness in the morning? If so, let me know in the comments. And if you're guilty of skipping water first thing, type, "I'll start tomorrow," so we can all hold each other accountable. Habit number 2, sitting too long after waking up. Mornings are meant to be slow and peaceful, right? Many people wake up, sit down with a warm cup of coffee, scroll through the news, and ease into the day. But what if I told you that sitting too long after waking up could be quietly damaging your health? Patricia, 78, loved her mornings. She had a little ritual: wake up, put on her slippers, make a cup of tea, and sit at the kitchen table for nearly an hour before moving. It felt relaxing, almost meditative. But one morning, something strange happened. When she finally stood up, the room spun. She grabbed onto the counter, her legs shaky and weak. A wave of dizziness hit her so hard that she had to sit back down. Her blood pressure had dropped dangerously low, and she was moments away from fainting. It was terrifying, and yet it all could have been avoided. Here's why. When you sleep, your circulation slows down. Your heart rate drops, your blood pools in certain areas, and your muscles stiffen. The longer you remain sedentary after waking up, the harder it is for your body to kick back into gear. This can lead to dizziness, blood pressure drops, and even an increased risk of blood clots. For older adults, prolonged sitting after waking up can also contribute to stiffness, joint pain, and poor mobility over time. So what's the solution? You don't need to jump out of bed and start running laps, but you do need to get your body moving. Within 5 minutes of waking up, try standing up, stretching your arms, rolling your shoulders, or taking a slow walk around the house. Even a simple 2-minute movement routine can help boost circulation, improve balance, and reduce your risk of morning dizziness or falls. Now, be honest. Do you stay seated for long periods in the morning? Type yes in the comments if you do, or no if you make it a habit to move right away. If you are still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Habit number 3, checking your phone first thing. For many people, the first thing they do after opening their eyes isn't stretching, drinking water, or getting out of bed. It's reaching for their phone. Emails, news updates, social media. It's a habit so many of us have. But what if I told you that starting your day like this is quietly harming your brain, your heart, and even your mood? George, 69, had a routine he never thought twice about. Every morning before even getting out of bed, he grabbed his phone and started scrolling. He checked his emails, read the latest headlines, and skimmed through social media. But what he didn't realize was that this simple habit was making him feel anxious, overwhelmed, and even physically stressed before he even got out of bed. His wife noticed it first. "You always seem so tense in the mornings," she told him. And she was right. He'd start his day with a racing heart, feeling frustrated or worried before he even had his first sip of coffee. Here's the problem. When you wake up, your brain is in a highly sensitive state. It's transitioning from deep rest into full alertness, flooding it with stressful information, bad news, notifications, social media comparisons, immediately triggers the body's fight or flight response. This releases cortisol, the stress hormone, which raises blood pressure, increases heart rate, and can leave you feeling on edge all day. Over time, chronic morning stress can even contribute to heart disease, anxiety disorders, and memory problems. So what's the solution? Instead of reaching for your phone first thing, give yourself at least 30 minutes before checking notifications. Try replacing screen time with something positive. Deep breathing, stretching, or even sitting quietly with a cup of tea or coffee. If you need something to do, try writing down 3 things you're grateful for. It's a simple shift that can improve your mood and set a calmer tone for the rest of your day. Now, I want to know, do you check your phone first thing in the morning? Type 1 if you do and 2 if you don't. And if you're willing to try a phone-free morning for 1 week, type challenge accepted in the comments. Habit number 4, eating high-sugar breakfast. Breakfast is supposed to give you energy, right? But what if I told you that the most common breakfast choices, things millions of people eat every single morning, are actually making you more tired, damaging your metabolism, and even increasing your risk of diabetes? Linda, 72, always had a sweet tooth. Every morning she'd start her day with a piece of toast and jam or a bowl of cereal. It felt light, easy, and gave her a quick boost of energy. But an hour later, she was exhausted. Her hands would shake, she'd feel lightheaded, and she couldn't understand why she always needed another cup of coffee just to keep going. What she didn't realize was that her breakfast was sending her blood sugar on a dangerous roller coaster ride, one that could lead to serious health problems down the road. Here's what happens. When you eat a high-sugar breakfast, like cereal, white toast, pastries, or flavored yogurts, your blood sugar spikes rapidly. Your body panics and releases a flood of insulin to bring it back down. The result? A sudden crash in energy, leaving you feeling tired, sluggish, and hungry again way too soon. Over time, these constant sugar spikes and crashes can lead to insulin resistance, weight gain, and even type 2 diabetes. The good news? You don't have to give up delicious breakfast. You just have to make smarter choices. Swap out sugary foods for protein-rich options like eggs, Greek yogurt with nuts, or oatmeal with a handful of seeds. Protein and healthy fats keep your blood sugar stable, giving you longer-lasting energy and reducing cravings throughout the day. Now let's hear from you. What's your go-to breakfast? Comment below and let me know. If you're guilty of sugary breakfast but ready to make a change, type healthy start in the comments. Habit number 5, holding in urine too long. Most people don't think twice about it. You wake up, feel the urge to use the bathroom, but maybe you put it off. just for a little while. You want to finish reading the news, drink your coffee, or just sit and relax before making the trip to the restroom. But what if I told you that delaying your morning bathroom visit could be putting serious stress on your bladder and kidneys, and over time led to dangerous infections or even kidney disease? Mary, 76, had always had a strong bladder. Or at least that's what she told herself. She had a habit of holding in her urine, sometimes for an hour or more after waking up. She didn't think it was a big deal until one morning she felt a sharp pain in her lower back. A few days later, she had chills, fever, and intense burning when she finally did go to the bathroom. At the hospital, doctors told her she had a severe urinary tract infection, UTI, which had already spread to her kidneys. She needed strong antibiotics and was told that her habit of holding in urine was a major factor in the infection. Here's why this happens. While you sleep, your bladder slowly fills with urine. The longer it sits there, the more bacteria can multiply. Holding it in for too long allows harmful bacteria to thrive, increasing the risk of infections that can spread to the kidneys. Over time, repeated infections or prolonged bladder strain can even contribute to incontinence, making it harder for you to control your bladder as you age. The fix? It's simple. Listen to your body. As soon as you wake up and feel the urge to go, go. Don't delay, don't hold it in, and definitely don't make it a habit. If you wake up during the night and need to go, don't ignore it. This small change can make a huge difference in protecting your urinary tract health as you age. Now, I want to know, be honest, have you ever delayed going to the bathroom in the morning? If so, type 5 in the comments. And if you're committing to making this change, type "no more waiting" so we can all hold each other accountable. Your morning habits shape your health more than you realize. The things you do before you even have breakfast can either support your heart, brain, and body, or silently increase your risk of serious health issues. But the good news, small changes can make a huge difference. Let's recap what we've learned today. First, start your day with water before anything else to prevent dehydration and improve circulation. Second, don't stay seated for too long after waking up. Get moving to keep your blood flowing. Third, avoid checking your phone first thing in the morning to protect your mental health and keep stress levels low. Fourth, be mindful of what you eat. Skip the sugary breakfast and choose protein-rich options to keep your energy stable. And finally, don't ignore your body's signals. Go to the bathroom as soon as you feel the urge, because holding in urine can lead to infections and kidney problems over time. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these habits surprised you the most? Have you noticed any of these affecting your daily life? Share your experiences in the comments. I read every single one. And before you go, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with your friends and family. Your support helps us continue making valuable content to keep you informed, healthy, and thriving. Let's take control of our mornings and make them the best they can be.